I wanted to explain what really I did yesterday. I do believe also that there is something that we speak a lot about sourdough and everything, but people like us, we forget a lot about the cereal itself. So I do believe that there is no sourdough without cereal. The cereal is mainly the element of fermentation with the water. And since 1 year now, I was expecting about nutrition on nutrition bread. And what I asked to myself is that, well, now we know a lot about, not too much, but we know about sourdough, we know about nutritional value. And what should be good, it's maybe helping also the baker to make something very simple, actually, getting it more nutritional, and at the same time, well, understand what happened in it, in the dough. So with the help of some nutritionists and everything, we start to develop with some other bakers as well in France, actually. We start to develop some process about how to get the best nutritional way to make bread. Yeah. So it's completely the opposite to what we are doing actually. Actually, we are putting, logically, people are putting to 50 to 20% of sourdough minimum, some 10 and everything, depending. They use the cold as well. But here, I just have only 2% of sourdough, which is mean that it's very few sourdough. Why? Simply because I don't mix it. This is a no-knead bread. This is a no-knead dough.
And you've used 2%?
Only 2% I've got.
And you mixed it when? Yesterday?
Yesterday. So the point is that why do you know why we don't have to mix it that much actually?
Because the gluten develops anyway over.
Yeah, but the gluten develops, and also the gluten is the almidon is englobing the almidon. The grain of the almidon, gluten.
The starch granule.
Yeah, so the starch. We speak about that here, but some people wasn't here. So it will split, and then you will retrograde to his initial position, and then you will lose a lot of value, nutritive value, and also it's better for in temperature room. Why? Simply because as I've got a very few sourdough, the cereal itself, the hydraulic enzyme, will start to be fully active, which is mean that because this is on good temperature, and also I won't have any movement of my sourdough. The sourdough, the microflora of the sourdough will develop after the amylase creates enough sugar. So it's very important to understand why the cereal first is the nutritional point, and then the sourdough. So I think it's very nice for all of us to understand this process, because I don't need that much of mixing. Actually, we're mixing for 3 minutes. I made the notories as well, but I made the notories because in this case it's T65, and logically it's correct to make a notories to have more tolerance. And also it was outside from 6 o'clock with the authorities and everything to now.
Okay. In the bakery.
6 heures hier soir.
Yes. So I don't know. I'm very bad in mathematics. So it's few hours now.
What's your hydration?
I'm 90% hydration, so 90, and I give him only one fold. After eat, after drink, I was a bit drink. And
Okay.
What do you normally do?
Huh?
Do you normally do only one or?
Yeah, I mean, less touch better it is,
Yeah,
because you just bring tense and oxygen, and that's it.
And that's when you worry about the retrograde.
Sorry?
When you do too much handling, then it does the retrograde.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, exactly. Which is mean that why I don't touch or why I don't want it's just because of the principle of enzyme. Actually, the enzyme is not a microbe; it's codified by microbes. So I let the microbe do whatever they need to do. I don't need to brusque it.
Yohan, if you go further, then you don't even put sourdough in it. Then
If I
you
put more
just-
sourdough, I will have more mixing. And
She's asking about less.
No, if you
No, but none.
If you go further in your process, you can imagine you don't even use sourdough.
you
as
can.
starter.
No, yeah, yes, no, really.
Okay.
Really, because you know, I've got a microflop, I've got all what
Carol.
Carl explained.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carl. And no, because yesterday was a bit heavy for us. I think all the purity of the sourdough is very important. Whatever we say, you've got a microflora. You have to. Exactly. You know, you've got thousands of millions of bacteria and everything. So we must have it. It's a must, actually. There is no real nutritional bread without sourdough.
I think
How did you?
there are cases of very hot countries of just being able to mix a whole grain flour.
Yeah, there is
and
a case. There is some case in Italy,
fermentation.
for example, even in Egypt. I've seen in Morocco. I've seen as well in Libya. They call it spontaneous. The water is over there is not cold, so it's hot. It's 45 degrees water. So I think that it's more about spontaneous sugar. You know, they are playing with the not only with the construction of gluten and gas carbonic, but they are playing with complex sugar because it's hot. That's it, which is good for them. But for me, you know, it's still a fast process. You know, enzyme need time. You know, hydraulic enzyme need time, so it's more nutritious. And also, why less sourdough? As I told you, you know the index, the glycemic index. We say. So the glycemic
chemische index, GI,
yeah,
GI.
the GI, the GI sound a bit, you know, American, you know. For the glycemic, more is low, better it is. More is high, better it is for you. Okay, so have a look on the internet and everything, and that's it. So I will try
It's
to.
very fun.
Yeah. So I will. Well, you can touch it because I know you like to put finger all the way down. So you can put spoon man. Where is the spoon man?
Yes, boss.
Yeah, you can put the finger in it. Everybody, if you want.
No.
Where's the spoon?
Oh no!
Not sour.
Yeah.
Oh, this flour that's been used here, it's a high protein.
Wait, I don't know what flour he
It's
used.
T65.
T65, yeah.
Yeah, it's 11, I think. No?
What with the T65?
Yeah.
10.5, 11 maximum.
Yeah.
It's not real high.
Not really high.
Okay,
the
so
high.
No,
Yeah.
not like 16 or
Yeah,
14.
yeah.
11.5.
Not like the Manitoba, you know.
Beautiful dough.
yeah, we see as well that you know you don't have to need to mix that much the réseau glutineux. I don't know how you say that.
Gluten network.
The gluten network. Yeah, yeah.
Flour together.
Thank you very much. And actually,
No, metal is dead.
I touch it very. I won't touch it actually. I mean, you know, less touch it, the better it is. Yeah. I will get dirty for you.
You already are.
I'm dirty guy.
Dirty mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Just to take it out, but for the shaping.
How do you make it light and face it?
This is a plastic.
I think you have to sign up with an app or something.
Well, you can have a look, touch. For me, I could probably leave it maybe 6 or 7 more hours if I could.
We can stay one more day. Boss.
You know, but we see there is very few sourdough, the size tripling, and it's enough. I mean, very simple. I didn't use cold. I use a very few amounts of sourdough, which means that I don't need to refresh it every day. Each 2 days you can refresh it with 100%. It's probably better to use, you know, wholemeal flour, yeah, for mineral things and everything that Carl explained just before. And I think also it's if you don't have that much money or space or you know to invest in coal and everything, it's a very nice way to make natural bread and be happy with.
Can you do it in larger scale?
Yeah, try
You
it.
should have
Done.
big bags to put it in.
The thing is that, for example, in bigger, we were making, for example, 150 kilo of flour exactly with this process. The thing is that you don't mix 1 minute.
No, of course.
Yeah, you mix 5, 6
You
minutes.
mix until it's incorporated.
Yeah, just you know, just grossly.
Right.
Yeah, and that's all. Well, someone want to cut it to try?
You start.
You're on candid camera, so you got to do it.
Okay, right. No, there's nothing that you never see. So flour.
But our students haven't seen
Well,
it.
The name of where you teach,
yeah, the name of the school is the Barcelona Baking School. This is in Sabadell exactly. This is not really Barcelona Center. This is Andreu Yargues, which is it's a new school actually. We have a look to progress in science and how we call that, education on bakery, and we form as well a specialist, which is mean that there is some specialists from all over the world. And if you are a professional and you want to progress, I don't know, in viennoiserie or sourdough and everything, we make a lot of good course, and you will have the calendar and everything. And if you are interested about that, you can come, and it's gonna be really fun. I will invite Carl because he invited us, and I think it should be great.
Who's coming?
Oh, we're all coming.
We're all coming.
We're getting iPads?